Archangel Michael says, "A great energy is about to unfold in this place, for the presence of a guest is never just a coincidence." The air stirs, unseen forces aligning, preparing to bring forth something profound. There is a whisper in the unseen, a message woven in light, ready to embrace the soul that steps within these walls. This guest arrives carrying more than just footsteps. They bring a shift, a subtle, powerful ripple in the spiritual fabric of your home. Their presence is known in the heavens before they even cross the threshold. What unfolds next is not ordinary, it is a moment prepared, divinely orchestrated, waiting for its time. Archangel Michael says, "Be open, for messages are not always spoken with words, they come in the air, in the energy, in the way light falls upon the room." Something unseen but deeply felt is stirring. This guest is more than they appear, for all who enter a space of light are drawn by purpose, whether they know it or not. There is a moment, an instant where energy shifts. This is that moment. It moves unseen, touching the unseen places of the heart, stirring what was still. Pay attention, for the divine speaks not in shouts, but in the subtle nudges, in the quiet realization that something more is present. Type 333 to receive the unfolding blessing. The presence of the guest is an echo of something greater, something placed before the beginning of time. Every step they take within this home is like an unseen chord strummed in the fabric of existence. The energy they bring, the energy they meet, is not random, it is aligned in a pattern far beyond human sight. There is a reason why their arrival was destined for this moment, in this space, at this exact time. No visitor is without meaning, no encounter without purpose. Even the simplest moments carry threads of divine orchestration, weaving together something unseen but undeniable. The air hums with something beyond human perception, as if the space itself is listening, waiting for the moment to reveal itself. This is no ordinary encounter, it is a meeting of energies, of destinies, of spiritual alignments known in the higher realms. The moment lingers, charged with something sacred, something that was set into motion long before the thought of this meeting ever existed. Archangel Michael says, "Honor the energy that steps through the door, for it carries echoes of the divine, whispers of things unseen." The guest is not merely a visitor but a vessel, a carrier of something yet to be revealed. There is meaning in their presence, in their words, in the way they exist within this moment. Type 777 to claim the divine alignment set in motion. The unseen world watches as the physical world moves, each step interwoven with things beyond human sight. The arrival of a guest is never only about presence, it is about connection, about energies crossing paths in ways deeper than the mind can comprehend. This meeting is a thread in a greater tapestry, a piece placed exactly where it must be. Something stirs deep within the atmosphere, a knowing, an awareness that has no voice yet speaks volumes. The energy shifts, the air thickens with something more, something unseen but undeniably present. The walls themselves seem to listen, as if they too are aware of the divine orchestration unfolding. There is something about this guest, something about the way their presence changes the air around them. Whether they know it or not, they bring more than themselves, they bring an energy, a shift, a moment of divine significance. It is no small thing to step into a space where the unseen is waiting to be revealed. The space feels alive, as if the very foundation of this home knows that something sacred is unfolding. This is more than a visit, it is a moment written in divine ink, sealed in time before it ever came to pass. Pay attention, for the divine whispers in the quiet, in the air, in the way things align without effort. Type 999 to step into the unfolding revelation. The guest may not realize the depth of their arrival, but the unseen does. Their presence carries weight beyond what the mind can grasp, a movement in the fabric of existence itself. This is not coincidence, not mere chance, it is a moment marked in divine time. Something within the guest may stir, a feeling of something greater, something beyond explanation. The air around them shifts, the energy wraps around them as if unseen forces acknowledge their presence. This home, this moment, this gathering of energies, none of it is random. Archangel Michael says, there is a presence here, a force unseen, waiting to unfold its purpose. The space hums with something more, something waiting, watching, prepared to reveal itself in time. The guest is here, the moment is now, the divine moves even as the physical remains unaware. Type 444 to open the doorway to divine realization. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Everything about this moment was prepared before time itself knew of it. There are no accidents in divine timing, only precision beyond human understanding. The guest was meant to be here, in this space, in this moment, for reasons deeper than they yet know. There is something within them that aligns with the space they enter, something unseen but deeply felt. This moment was not just for them, it was for this home, for the energies that reside within, for the divine forces that orchestrated the crossing of paths. Nothing happens without reason, nothing unfolds without purpose. The air thickens, a weightless heaviness, a presence that is not physical but is undeniably real. The unseen world leans close, watching, waiting, knowing that this moment carries more than the surface reveals. There is purpose here, a divine alignment playing out before human eyes even recognize it. Type 222 to embrace the divine presence that is unfolding. The guest is not merely stepping into a home, they are stepping into an energy, a spiritual space prepared long before their arrival. Their presence activates something unseen, something waiting, something ready to reveal itself. This is not ordinary, not casual, it is divinely orchestrated. There is power in presence, power in the energy exchanged between souls, power in the unseen forces moving between moments. The guest carries something with them, something unspoken, something woven into their very being. This is not just a visit, it is a sacred intersection of destinies. Archangel Michael says, the divine moves in ways unseen, yet its presence is undeniable to those who are attuned. Something greater is at play, a force beyond the physical, an unfolding that will not be ignored. The guest steps into more than a home, they step into a moment of spiritual significance. Type 888 to walk in alignment with the unfolding revelation. The energy lingers, the air thick with something unseen but deeply present. This is not just a moment in time, it is a point in eternity, a moment marked before the foundation of the world. The guest may not yet realize, but their soul knows, their spirit feels, their energy responds. This is the kind of moment that changes things, that shifts atmospheres, that marks souls in ways they only understand in hindsight. It is sacred, it is profound, it is beyond mere comprehension. What happens next is not just human, it is divine. The unseen watches, the divine orchestrates, the moment unfolds as it was always meant to. Nothing about this is random, nothing about this is small. The guest is here, the space is ready, and the divine is present. Type 111 to receive the blessing of divine alignment. The energy within the space is shifting, expanding, wrapping around everything like an unseen embrace. The presence of the guest is like a key unlocking something long waiting, something held in the silence of the unseen. Every moment is charged, every breath infused with something beyond the physical. It is not just a visit, it is an invitation to step into something deeper, something prepared long before the guest ever knew they would arrive. The walls remember, the air carries whispers of things spoken in realms beyond sight. This is a moment marked in spiritual ink, a meeting woven into the grand design of existence. Archangel Michael says, the guest is here not just by chance, but by divine placement, their presence stirring the unseen in ways unknown. The air moves differently now, the energy thick with purpose, with intent, with something waiting to reveal itself. There is no turning back from this moment, for it has already begun. Type 555 to receive the blessing set in motion before time itself. The guest carries something unseen within them, something etched into their soul before they even understood its weight. This space recognizes it, resonates with it, reacts to it, as if long-separated threads are weaving back together. It is more than a visit, it is a moment of reconnection, a realignment in the grand web of existence. Even if they do not speak of it, even if their mind does not yet grasp it, their soul feels the shift. There is an undeniable knowing, an unspoken awareness that something about this moment is different. It is felt in the stillness, in the way the air seems to hold its breath, in the way time itself slows for just a fraction of a second. This is the kind of moment that lingers, that plants a seed, that moves unseen within the heart long after the guest has left. They are not merely stepping into a home, they are stepping into an energy prepared for them, waiting for them, calling to them even before they arrived. There is nothing small about what is happening here. Type 666 to step into the unfolding mystery of divine timing. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The atmosphere holds its charge, the unseen world leaning close, waiting to see how the moment will unfold. There is always a choice, always a moment where the heart can open or resist, where the soul can embrace or hesitate. But the energy is here, waiting, pulsing, offering itself freely. The guest may not know it, but they have stepped into a sacred space, a place where the divine moves freely. What they bring, what they leave behind, what shifts within them, these things are all part of the unseen story being written in this moment. This is not about sight, but about recognition, about feeling the undeniable weight of something greater pressing into the now. Archangel Michael says, the divine does not force, it does not demand, but it offers, it presents, it waits with infinite patience. The guest has been given something in this moment, something that will remain with them, whether they acknowledge it now or later. What happens next is not about chance, it is about choice, about alignment, about stepping into what has already been waiting. Type 000 to receive the fullness of what has been offered in this moment. There is something about this space that feels different now, as if the very foundation has shifted. Perhaps it has. Perhaps the moment of alignment has already passed, and the unseen has moved, leaving its imprint on everything it touched. But the guest will carry it with them, in ways they may not understand. The energy of this moment is now woven into their soul, into their steps, into the way their spirit moves forward from here. Even if they do not recognize it, the shift has occurred, the divine has moved, and nothing will remain exactly as it was. The walls, the air, the very essence of the home holds the echoes of what has transpired. It will remain here, waiting, like a whisper waiting to be heard, like a seed waiting to grow. The guest may leave, but the moment, the energy, the divine presence, it lingers, unseen yet never gone. Type 1111 to seal this moment into the fabric of your being. The air remains thick with the lingering energy of the moment, a presence that does not fade even as time moves forward. The guest may step away, but what has been placed upon them, what has been ignited within them, travels with them. This is not a fleeting thing, it is an imprint, a mark of the divine that has been left upon their soul. Even if their mind does not recognize it, their spirit knows. There is something different now, something awakened, something stirred within the depths of their being. The guest entered this home as they were, but they do not leave untouched, they carry something more now, something unseen yet undeniable. The divine does not reveal everything at once, it moves in layers, in echoes, in moments that unfold in their own time. What has begun here will continue, shifting within the guest, revealing itself in quiet moments, in unexpected reflections, in sudden realizations. This is not the end of the moment, it is merely the beginning of something greater. Type 1212 to carry this blessing forward into every step you take. The space within the home feels charged, holding the memory of the encounter that has just taken place. Even the walls seem to hum with something more, as if they, too, have absorbed the presence of what has moved through them. The air is no longer just air, it carries an essence now, a touch of something beyond human understanding. This home has become more than just a dwelling, it has become a vessel, a conduit for divine energy, a sacred ground upon which something unseen has moved. The guest was drawn here not by accident, but by design, by purpose, by something far beyond what the physical world can perceive. This space was prepared for them, long before their arrival, waiting to embrace them in ways they have yet to realize. Even as they leave, the energy remains, wrapping around the home like an invisible embrace. The moment may have passed, but its effects ripple outward, touching everything, shifting everything. Nothing that has been touched by the divine remains unchanged. Type 1313 to allow the divine imprint to remain upon you forever. The guest will walk forward into the world, carrying something they did not have before. It may feel like a whisper at first, a quiet presence in the back of their mind, a subtle shift in the way they perceive things. But the more they move, the more they live, the more they will come to realize that something within them is different now. They will begin to see things they did not notice before, feel nudges in their spirit where once there was only silence. The divine does not shout, it speaks in stillness, in awareness, in the way the heart begins to recognize things it once overlooked. What has been placed within them in this home will not fade, it will not be forgotten, it will only grow stronger. This is how the unseen moves, not with force, but with quiet certainty, with gentle guidance, with a presence that lingers until it is finally acknowledged. The guest may not have expected to receive anything when they stepped into this home, but the divine is never limited by human expectation. It moves when and where it chooses, leaving blessings in places least expected. Type 1414 to embrace the unfolding journey of divine revelation. The energy of this moment does not stay contained, it expands, reaching out, touching more than just the guest. The home itself is different now, its spiritual atmosphere forever changed by what has taken place. Those who step into it after will feel it, even if they do not understand why. The divine presence lingers, waiting, preparing for the next moment, the next soul who will cross this threshold. It has left something behind, a gift, an energy, a touch of something beyond the ordinary. And for those who are open to it, for those who recognize it, this space will always be a place of peace, of revelation, of unseen whispers waiting to be heard. No encounter with the divine is ever truly finished. It moves forward, it stretches beyond what is seen, it continues its work even in the quiet. The guest has left, but the journey has only begun. Type 1515 to step fully into what has been set before you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The unseen world watches, knowing that the seeds planted in this moment will bear fruit in due time. Some will bloom quickly, others will take longer, but all will grow, unfolding exactly as they were meant to. The divine never rushes, never forces, only offers, only guides, only prepares the way. The guest may go about their life, unaware of the magnitude of what has shifted within them. But the day will come when they will feel it fully, when they will look back and realize that something truly changed here. That is how the divine works, not in sudden explosions, but in steady, undeniable unfolding. The space remains, the energy waits, the blessing lingers. For the guest, for the home, for all who step into this sacred place, the presence of the divine does not fade, it only deepens. The moment was not just a visit, it was an awakening. And that awakening will continue, long after the door has closed behind them. Type 1616 to acknowledge the eternal movement of the divine within you.